Going on? What's going on? Shout out to my new subscribers, my old school subscribers, and my TikTok family. Wasn't for you guys, none of this be possible. How y'all doing today? Look at those skies. Oh, me, oh my. It feels nice out here, y'all. I've been enjoying my day. You know what I do? Just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Relaxing, making content, on TikTok, causing problems, shaking things up for these fake spiritualists. I wanted to get on here real quick and clarify the Rose chick that I'm talking about. That is not the name of her channel. That chick I'm still investigating. I'm not quite sure if that is one of the Rose chicks. It's a lot of Rose tarot readers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of them. So, you know what I'm saying? That one is the one I'm currently looking into. But I believe she's like watching me, but she's more so watching me, giving me advice that I didn't really ask for. But, you know what I'm saying? Some of her advice is kind of, I don't really want to hear it. But again, I don't really listen to what most women say anyway. But I don't really think that she's, so that one I mentioned earlier, I'm still investigating. However, there is another Rose. The one I'm talking about is the one that does pick a cards. And they're not really pick a cards. They're more like, you know what I'm saying, pick a slight. I'm gonna start calling those when I do those reaction videos, pick a slight. Like the chick is talking in a way where she's, what I'm saying, like bringing up the good qualities of you, but then she slights them in like a real shady way, right? Like she'll backhand the compliment as soon as she does, or she'll mention that you're extremely attractive. But this is what they like to do when they want to slight you on the pick of cards. It's the gossip about you, right? So, when they say the gossip, they never specify where gossip comes from them. They're the gossiper, but they don't want accountability, which is cool. It's cool. It's all good. It's all good. But how like dating coaches. I was watching this the other day. Do you know that like dating coaches and certain reality shows, you know what I'm saying, even MMA, they have reaction people. They have people that react to what they do, and actual MMA stars will, react to these guys that react to them having a poor performance and calling them out, right? Or, and MMA people be like, oh, you're not an athlete. And they're actually arguing with people, but they only argue with them because they value their opinion. They wouldn't argue with them otherwise, right? And they do the same thing in like the dating coaches. Like I've noticed, like, pearly things and people of that nature, right? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? How you doing? How you living? You know what I'm saying? Salute, pound. I noticed that with like pearly things and that Samantha lady, and they get scrutinized a lot on different YouTube channels. And those channels are necessary because those channels keep checks and balances so that nobody feels like, they can just do and say whatever because they have a certain level of YouTube following or, Facebook or Instagram or whatever. It'll be a small channel sometimes, and sometimes these channels will take off. But some people don't like them at all. But these channels only give you a perspective, a different way to look at things, other than what the big YouTubers telling you what to look at. So, you know what I'm saying? I love watching these kind of channels. It's like this one dude named like Duke and Dunn or whatever. He checks dating channels and people left and right. A lot of people don't like him, but he is stirred up enough to where people are like, you know what? He has a valid point about certain things. And some of those dating channel people and channels like his, where they check them, they look at what they're saying and they take it into consideration, and things change. And ultimately, it changes for the betterment of the audience. So that's what I kind of want to do because, I'm already making my content, but then I'll have like what women like to do, not ladies, but some of these women, they love to watch you, study you, and I've been noticing this with the whole, there's a campaign going around to try to start some kind of slander campaign against men that block women. And see, this letting you know that they're waving the white flag, because when you start admitting that you need to force a man to listen to what you have to say instead of, a man wanting to hear what you have to say, you're throwing in the white flag. You're accepting defeat. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. So you're telling me now there's a campaign to call us zesty or whatever. And again, to the LGBTQ community, why is it okay for these women to go ahead and use it as a slander to, call us one of y'all, but then whenever they want to be backed up, they're reaching out to y'all to, back them up. Y'all got to pay attention to this kind of stuff, right? It shouldn't be, are y'all allowing that kind of behavior? Do you not respect yourself? I'm sure the community does. So, don't let these women use that, as a slander term against heterosexual men. That community has done nothing to me. I have no problem with them, but I'm a heterosexual male. So for you to say that, like this is like 1990 or 1980, you're insulting two groups, straight men and that community. Why do you feel like you have the right to do so? No one knows. So you mean to tell me that you have to slander a man into having a communication with you? You have to insult him to make him want to speak to you? You've already lost. You already lost. A real man is not going to let you force him into anything. So if you're going to slander him into wanting to talk to you, that makes no sense. Y'all are basically thrown in the white flag. You have lost. You have lost. I didn't know there was such campaign going on until it was brought to my attention by a TikToker who I don't watch despite what you guys think, I don't watch content all day. I spend a certain time of day to watch content, and everything I watch goes towards making content. So I don't just watch stuff to watch it. But she mentioned that there's a whole little thing going around campaign where women are trying to slander men that block them. So they're basically trying to put us between a rock and a hard place. They can't get a man. They can only get a Pookie and a Ray Ray to bottom them out and then leave by the crack of dawn. They can't get a regular man or keep a regular man. So what they're going to do is force us to interact with them. What? By trying to gaslight us? What? So you can't get a man. We're telling you too masculine, and we're not arguing with you. Like, hey, we want nothing to do with you. All right, we're just gonna block you. And now you're starting a campaign to call us zesty and all these different other slights and innuendos, hinting around to being down low, making fun of that community, the LGBTQ community and heterosexual male community that don't want to deal with your demands. Fellas, stop giving in to this BS, man. This is how masculine they are. They're saying, hey, listen, if you don't listen to our BS, we'll gaslight you and we'll call you DL. What? Because I don't want to talk, I don't want to argue with you? No, it's called being an adult. It's called being civilized. I'm not here to argue with a stranger. If you want to argue, get a man. Somebody that wants to deal with you on a regular basis. See, gentlemen, you don't understand what they're doing. They're so masculine they cannot have a man. So what they do is they argue with us online. This is going back to everything I'm saying. They want to argue with us on social media, at the jobs, and then they're settling for these beta type of dudes that they're really not happy with at home, or they're single, right? And they're running around with their girlfriends, and the girlfriends are drinking with them, gassing their heads up, slapping them on their butts, twerking on them and everything like that. And then they get really drunk and they call Day over in the middle of the night and have his ass out before the sun rises, because he's going to get the car back to his grandmother because it's in his mom's name, right? And they want to argue with real men like me all day long, and they'll call that a relationship. It's a proxy relationship. And they're losing because there's twice as many of them as there is us. So the point here, I'm trying to tell you what they're doing. See, the system, the social construct itself, Big Daddy, you know what I'm saying, narc, does that to all of us. Tells us, hey, listen, you need to do what we tell you to do. And when we say we're not going to do that, they say you're crazy. You're a conspiracy theorist. You know what I'm saying? Label them as this and then shun them, you know what I'm saying, and have everybody turn on them. So women are adopting the same policy, not even knowing that they're now the new oppressors. And they're telling us, you're going to take our masculine asses. And if you don't, we're going to shun you and we're going to shame you and we're going to call you something that you're not, you know what I'm saying, and insult you in that community because you won't listen to us. And you have to listen to us. No, we don't. Aren't we showing you through different kind of movements, passport, this and that, men going their own way, me being celibate, things like that. vetting you guys so we can get rid of all you super toxic, masculine women who have all these bodies. See, there's a reason why the Bible speaks like it does. And to get closer to God, you cannot just be taking in a bunch of men. You can't do that. You start moving like a man, but you don't have that logic like a man. You're emotional. So you believe saying things like, hey, listen, we understand that you don't want nothing to do with us masculine women, but we're going to force you to listen to us anyway by shaming you. No, we're not. Because every woman doesn't think like you're westernized, whatever flavor of feminism that's going on right now. And all I got to do is get myself together. All men get ourselves together, get our money right, carry ourselves a certain kind of way, wait, and we can find ourselves somebody worth being with either overseas, you know what I'm saying, or just through giving it time. Because over time, women will start realizing, okay, we can't play this one. And most women will just, if we can't play them. And, I've enlightened myself and realized when I look like myself, and I'm just being real, the way I look and the way that I sound and the way I carry myself, women can't handle me. But they do want to, roll around in the hay. They do want to roll around in the hay. I can get just about any woman to want to roll around in the hay, and they're so masculine nowadays. They think that they're winning by doing that. Oh, okay, well I can't handle him, but he's another notch on my Jezebel belt. Well, I mean, listen, you can think that you're winning because I have self-respect for myself. And I'm not trying to throw myself around to a bunch of women. So if you try to trick me into, or I go through a dry spell and I end up sleeping with you, as much as you think that you're winning, society doesn't say the same. Society says you're racking up more bodies, and then you racked up a body with, hate to say it, but a black dude like me, probably not going to be walking right for a little while after you get done with me. And most guys know after you've been with me, you're probably not, the same way you were before you got with me, if you know what I mean, right? It's not going to be the same. So, that being said, it's called wear and tear, right? So you got to be really careful. Man, those two cars are really close. You know what I'm saying? Really close. So, listen, I say all that to say this, right? Be really careful what you watch. You know what I'm saying? Be really careful, how you're being influenced, because right now there's a lot of agendas going on, and I don't know how it's going to be a winning outcome for any woman. If you guys hit the like button, unless you're a hater, that'd be greatly appreciated. I don't see what a good outcome or what women are looking for by being masculine, wanting to cheat, wanting to have a bunch of partners, and then wanting us to accept the body count, and when we don't, and we say we're done, and we'll wait. Then they want to say there's something wrong with us, and they try to gaslight us and say that us blocking them is a bad thing. No, what they want us to do is argue with them so they can continue to perpetuate the same talking points. Again, if you guys get the like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you're not hitting the like button, that means you're probably watching from the browse feature and you're not really doing me any good. You know what I'm saying? All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I love my neighbors, man. Well, I don't know if they're my neighbors. It's kind of like a main road, so it could be anybody. But anyway, I didn't know it was a main road. I thought it was a back road. These country ass roads, man, you never know. Then you go back there, and it's all the way back there. It's crazy back there. It's a lot of people back there, a lot of homes back there. But listen, guys, I just want you to understand, don't get gaslit. Right now, there's an agenda being pushed, man. It's to basically take, your testicles from you and have a lady, have your testicles in a bag somewhere, and you're just doing whatever they tell you to do. We're not taking leftovers anymore. We're done with that. We're not doing that. And then, because once they get that spirit on them, I'm telling you, once they want to sleep around a lot and have gotten bodies and, accumulated some kids with some pookies, it's hard to get that spirit off of them. And if they ain't got it in them to get it off of them themselves, it's a lose-lose. That's what we're walking away from the situations. And if you're letting yourself get gaslit by a woman that's saying, oh, you blocking me, you're zesty. What? No, what I am is free. I'm free from your slander. Do you not know women spend days to weeks finding ways to articulate different phrases to shame you, to make you think about whatever they're saying 2, 3, 5 times? When you block them, all that collected information that they're ready to throw at you is done. And they freak out, glitch. Oh, I can't talk jump. He blocked me before I was, and they start breaking down. You know what I'm saying? And they start going crazy then. Then they really start going crazy and start making these smear campaigns about guys that block them. That makes absolutely no sense. So the guys that used to argue with them and go upside their heads, they were making these Pookie and Ray Ray talking points. And they were valid talking points, right? Now real men that walk away from them, now we're zesty. Could it be that maybe the one doing all the talking doesn't have anything worth listening to? And different kind of men have different ways to react to it. The Pookies and the Ray Rays, they'll argue with you, they'll give you what you want, they'll, you know what I'm saying, do whatever they want to do with you, you know what I'm saying, on some dumb stuff, and you knew that you had no better than doing that kind of stuff in front of men like that, but you'll do it anyway. And then you get a Sigma who you try to trigger into doing those same things so you can say, oh, he did this and that, and he went upside this and that. No, 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 I got away from you. I blocked you before you were able to poison my name. And you got a problem with that. So really, the situation is, right now, you need to evaluate everything that's being thrown at you, what's being said about men right now. And there are some women out there. There's some ladies out there. I've been meeting them mostly in person. That's why I get online, y'all, and just talk my stuff. Because I'm meeting so many ladies in person. It's like, I don't care what these online weirdos think. I'm meeting like real women in person that are like, you know what I'm saying? Like looking at me like they ain't never seen a man before. Liking that stuff. Man, I like these women in person. Man. But anyway, yeah, you know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about. Yeah. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. It's not worth it. Okay? And I know it's going to be tempting, and they're gaslighting like crazy. I didn't even know about the campaign until I seen a TikTok today, which I made a video on. But, to gaslight a guy about making sure he blocks you instead of listening to your BS, that is insane. That is insane. That is insanity at its best. So we're not going to entertain any of this BS. You know what I'm saying? We're men. We're meant to lead the way. And if you're not man enough to see this low level, psyop, then, fall into the trap. Because honestly, when I see a woman online that want to argue with me and don't even know me, I block so many women. See, this is the campaign to try to make women think there's something wrong. But no. Let me tell you something. Any woman worth anything is going to know a man that's got the sense to block some woman running her mouth, and she don't know nothing about him other than what he's posting online and a little bit she sees, that she's a damn fool. And if he argues with her, he's just as foolish. And a real woman's going to be like, I like the fact that he'll block her crazy ass. So if I dated him, he's not going to let some low vibrational female who's really just trying to, they don't want me to get this out, who's really just trying to find her way into his energy, and she knows that he's not interested. So the only way to get into his energy is by arguing with him or trying to debate with him, right? You're still in his energy. But see, I'm so elevated, I know. So I'll automatically be like, nah, I ain't gonna argue with you. Your energy is just too ugly. And your ugly ass energy, and I'm not calling nobody physically, I'm just saying your ugly ass energy ain't got no business interacting with my elevated, bright energy. No. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. See, they want to conflate things nowadays and make it seem like it's not lower vibrational creatures against high vibrational beings. I'm never going to forget that. So you can doll yourself up. You can try to make yourself look like whatever. But if you're coming at me for no good reason, coming after me, ladies, for no good reason, and I've done nothing to you, you're just a low vibrational hater. So you get no gas from me. What you will do, I'm going to start roasting y'all up, though. Your readers and things of that nature that like to throw rocks and try to hide your hand behind some people not knowing who you're talking about. I'm an actual seer, so I can see through everything that you guys have been saying. Some of y'all can get cooked up pretty good. Now, I got some videos I want to get ready. You know what I mean? There's like a cosmic wifey out there that's going to get her ass cooked up. You know what I'm saying? I've been meaning to cook her up, but I didn't have the ability to know how to do reaction videos yet. Now I do. Anyone out there that's wondering, and when I start doing these reaction videos, some of you are going to be able to tell that these women are talking about me. You'll be like, oh, she really is using him like an archetype. So if she's using me as an archetype watching my videos, how psychic is she really? How psychic are you, right? Because all you gotta do is watch my content. You can get on there and use my archetype, which will probably relate to most dudes out there. And then if you do the crazy thing like y'all like to do, this is the craziest thing you like to do, right? You will take a male archetype and flip the role and say female, and then be like, oh, the genders don't matter. I know what the cards say. But if you're using my archetype, using me as a person and what I've been through, a lot of women can't handle things that a man goes through mentally, right? Like, let's be real. So for you to use my archetype and flip the gender, now you're just making a bunch of delusional stuff, making women believe they can do things that is not even an archetype built off of a woman. You're making women think that they can be doggone Superwoman or Wonder Woman with the things that you guys are saying and making it seem like it's no, ladies, y'all gotta be realistic. Like when I'm listening to a read, even if a woman's trying to make it seem like she's talking about a guy, if it's real feminine, like she's talking like really emotional about the person and she's saying it's a guy, I'm like, I don't know. I really feel like she's talking about a female and just putting the gender of a male on it. I really feel that way. Right? I do the same thing when they be talking about like a female supposedly, but she's gone through this and that. She's a war veteran. She's, physically strong and people are scared of her. Who the what? What divine feminine has a physical body that people are scared of? No, she doesn't have a body that people want to approach. So again, they do this stuff all the time, man. And they do it to pander to their audiences because they believe that women want to be pandered to. And that's not the case. Women like that bad boy, man. That bad boy's not like, baby, 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 I'm gonna do whatever you want. He's like, this is what it is and what it ain't gonna be. And she'd be like, nah, 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 nah. And he'd be like, I don't care. Take her to leave it. And they'd be like, oh, don't go nowhere. And then it's, you know what I'm saying? So you got that bait out there, baby, please. I'm down on one knee, please. And be like, ugh, I'm gonna use the crap out of you. I mean, that's just what they, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, man, you really gotta know. You really gotta know. And I do. You know what I'm saying? I do. And, look, I'm just trying to bring a little bit of checks and balances to the spiritual community. Some people are doing too much. There's no checks and balances. No one's saying, oh, like they're not identifying their titles. I'm a dark witch. And then no, they're just making it seem like they're all the same. There's some people out there that are working for God. They just don't go through it the religious route. And when you work for God and you don't go through the religion route, because religions have been tampered with and there have been people murdered and slaughtered for religions, and you don't want to associate yourself with that, right? You just want to go directly to God like the Bible says, right? So whenever you go that route, you're automatically called spiritual. So you can't, and you might have some occult knowledge and stuff like that, but that, those labels and names are just, they're kind of harsh labels and names. It's really just, gaining knowledge of the real world, but they have different labels and different ways to shame it. And some spiritual people love those labels because they're kind of dark and it makes them feel special. I'm not trying to make myself feel like I'm different or special or anything from anybody that's in a religion. I'm trying to make sure that I'm trying to bring everybody together, regardless of how they get closer to source or God. You know what I'm saying? Their higher selves. You know what I mean? But I like to do it my way. And my way is talking directly to God. I don't go through any third party. I don't go through anything. I talk directly to God. I have a personal relationship with God. I know that. It ain't no believe, because I don't believe no lying what I'm saying. It's I know. Just like I know when someone's talking about me, just like I know I'm going to be rich, just like I know what to do when I'm making these channels, like I know how to do stuff. I told you, man, I became an engineer without a degree. Like, seriously, y'all, like, you're going to stop playing around with me, man. I just know. I just know. And I'm not going to explain how I know, because even if I try to, it's going to probably be outside of your realm of comprehension, to be honest with you, most of you. So I just don't feel like doing that no more. So I just know, and just, go off my actions and know that I know. I predicted a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people know how to mess with me. But yeah, it's starting to come down now. It's starting to rain. It's going to probably start doing that crazy stuff again, too, like it did the other day. Hey, random person. How are you today? How are you today, Miss Garcia? How's your Sunday evening? God is good, ain't he? I love you. I can't get I love you back. It's Sunday. Let's go see it. All right. Well, I still love you, okay? And you know God loves you, all right? But listen, it's 25 minutes. I don't want to hold you any longer. This rain is coming down now. You know what I'm saying? I guess someone is trying to rain down on my parade, you know. But peace, love, and light, y'all. Just remember, I'm going to start making these reaction videos. And, it's just really just because, some of y'all is getting really out of hand. And you're going to learn how to stop trying to throw shade towards me and certain people and to mind your own damn business. The views can't be that good. Because when I get done with you, you're going to wish you never did. And I might start getting more views than y'all. If I start getting views from crushing y'all, oh man, I'm never going to stop. I am never going to stop. I'm never going to stop. So I appreciate you guys giving me the inspiration I needed to get started on this venture. And I am going to be destroying fake as spiritualists and people like to throw shade and think they're going to get away with it because nobody will check them. Oh, no, no, I'll be here to check you with your videos, with clips, not no innuendos, not no hitting around, your actual content clipped up so I can't get hit with a copyright, destroying you with words, logic, and actual spiritual knowledge. Yeah. Showing that all y'all do is get online, have a bad day with Pookie or Ray Ray that bottomed you out, or your baby daddy, or your fathers, or your mothers, and then project trauma, through watching other people's stories, and then imagining the worst case scenario, and then running your mouth, putting mostly the masculine in the worst possible light. And I don't mean like masculine energy, like the masculine male, okay? The male. All right. So it's gonna be some checks and balances to weird ass shit. That's it. It's gonna be some checks and balances to that weird ass shit. I'm not gonna keep this making stuff to make views. We're done. We're gonna do better. Okay? Do better, get lost, or get cooked. Okay? Peace, love, and light. Yeah, I'll be back on here later, man. It's raining out here too hard for this.